Well, everybody, I want you to have a good Saturday. So, I go by Henry the Weed Eater Man. I go by Henry Coffee Shop Talk. So, what I'm doing is I'm a DYI guy. I don't like paying people a lot of money to do things, especially when I can do it myself. So, let's talk about my driveway. It's huge. I'm tired of pressure washing it. I'm tired of doing all this cleaning and trying to keep it clean. So, I went around and I patched all the big holes first. I pressure washed this side already. Now what I'm doing is I'm trimming out. So what am I using? So I'm going to show you what I'm using. I'm using Heavy Shield, a water-based solid color concrete driveway enamel / stain. This stuff works good. So I'm doing the trimming out, and then I'm going to go pressure wash the other areas so they can dry out. So I'm getting ready for the first coat. I've done the edging. I've cleaned it back like a lot of driveway professionals said. I've already cleaned it all back so I can paint that, get a nice clean edge. I've done my trimming out. Now I had a fairly deep crack right here. So what I've done is, and everybody's going to say, wow, you're wasting paint or it's unorthodox, but I've done it before. And I've used the actual stain I'm using, go a little heavy and let it fill in the crack. I did it with the concrete seams too, so the dirt don't get in there and then vegetation grows up. And I went and laid a strip of that down. I've already trimmed out all this yesterday. I did the AC unit later in the afternoon because I get a lot of dew here in southeast Georgia. It's got a lot of moisture, so we get a lot of growth. Patch that crack up there. I'll do a little denatured alcohol cleanup. So I pressure wash this. Oh, let me show you what I'm using for my concrete prep for pressure washing. This stuff works pretty good. I've been using it for years. So it's cobble oxide. It's good for cobble oxide, and that's what I use to go ahead and do the surface. So I've done this area. I'll treat the rust spots a little bit better with the cobble oxide. That'll remove it. I use a brush and straight, and then you can just rinse it out. It dilutes. So you can see where I stopped pressure washing, and today I'm going to continue pressure washing. Did more big hole fill-ins a couple days ago, so that stuff's all solid. Fix some more where their cutting saw tore up the crack, but it's no big deal. All right, so I'll pressure wash all this, and then I'll get this all ready to go for the first coat, and then I'll do it in series so the coats can dry. But you can see where I trimmed it out. Oh, so I used the paint a day ago, so let's look at that. So I used the paint a day ago for this crack, and see how it goes down in there nice and neat. Gives you a nice clean look. I'll fill in a little bit right there, but little bubbles, but no big deal. But that'll keep the trash and dirt and the bugs out of there, so you're not always battling the grass and stuff. I got a company coming to redo my floor because they didn't use UV protector, so it tore it up. So they're coming. That's why I want to get the driveway done. They're coming in October, so this will be drying and be able to be drove on. And they're going to redo this edge, and then I'll do video how that turned out. This is first coat already. One coat on this. I just did it last night because it's by the sprinkler system. So I've done this about 2 months ago. This is the sidewalk. Pressure washed and treated it. This got 2 coats on it. This stuff is I just pressure washed it again the other day and just rinsed it off. So we've had heavy rain, so it washed the mulch onto the sidewalk. I did the front porch with it. That's Heavy Shield. And I pressure washed that again. It's the same stuff that's on my stucco too. It's done really well. It's 5 years old. That porch is treated that 5 years ago, and I just put that fresh green, that teal color on it about 2 months ago. So clean it really good. So I'll get the cobble stuff. I'll put it in my sprayer. I'll spray one giant section down at a time because I like the way my driveway is blocked off. And then just keep cleaning. Right there. Truck's right there. I'm about to pressure wash this. And like I said, you can see where I stopped pressure washing. That's how that cobble stuff takes that right off. And then I'm running my pressure washer. I don't have a big walk behind. I'm using a simple little Ryobi. clean her head, nothing fancy. So I just use a Ryobi 15-inch. Got it running around 2,500 to 3,000 pounds, and it just gives you a nice clean surface. And that's it. And I'll keep doing another video follow-up after I get the first coat on it, but I think it's going to turn out good. The trim out is what takes the longest. I got a little cleanup to do around my plastic. That stuff comes right off with denatured alcohol. It takes it right off. But anyways, the trim out takes the longest. Prep work. Once you get the prep work done, and then I got the big Purdy 18-inch rollers. I'll use that, and I'll do a video of that, and I'll just roll this out. Just a little roll out just around the doorways. That way that gives that a chance to dry so we can walk on it. So I'm going to do the front doorway over there, and I'll do this doorway here again. Just think it out. Best thing is prepping it, pressure washing, using the right materials, taking your time, different techniques. I didn't go around doing a lot of caulk and stuff. These cracks here, I just used the actual base. I used the paint, the stain that I'm using. I just put a little extra in the crack, and it fills it in, and you just let it dry out. And that'll keep the growth from coming up through. It works really well. I've done it on my pool. I've done it on other concrete areas where I was having problems with weeds, and it works really well. So you don't have to go around and buy additional caulk and pay $15, $30 a tube for that stuff. You use a little bit of your paint you're using, but I'm telling you, to me, it's worked better. And I had the messy caulk problems and all that stuff. So that's up to you. Each your own preference. I've used this stuff for going on 10 years now, and I like using it. All right, Henry out. You guys have a good day. And I'll keep posting videos once I get the trim out, and I'll do some with me pressure washing. All right, have a good day.